What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my second to last Bleacher Report trade deadline big board article review for you guys as we're heading into week 7 already. And of course, that means there are now just 2 weeks left until the NFL trade deadline, which falls on Tuesday, October 31st, which of course is Halloween. And for the Browns, we have 2 games left between now and then. We have the Colts this Sunday, and then the Seahawks just 2 days before the deadline. So if the Browns go into the deadline at 5-2, are they going to be inclined to make a move? It really depends on how they look. And God forbid, if there's any injuries, right? Because if this team suffers a bad injury between now and then, I could see them maybe making a trade. God forbid, of course. I want this team to be as healthy as possible. I want us to add pieces to a healthy team. I don't want us to have to be forced to make a trade because of injuries. Right? We had to do that last year with Deion Jones because look at our linebacking core last year. My God, it was horrible. Guys were falling left and right. By the end of the year, every single one of our starting linebackers were injured. Every single one. JOK, injured. Anthony Walker, injured. Jacob Phillips, injured. My God. I mean, just look at our linebacking core at the end of last year. Reggie Ragland. That's all I got to say. That's how down bad we were last year. Reggie Ragland was getting legit snaps. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So I know I didn't do last week's article review, so I'm going to do it in this video. And speaking of last week, Bleacher Report featured the Browns only once, and it was, of course, for Garrett Bowles. So here we go with that whole that agenda push, right? They're trying to push us getting Garrett Bowles, or at least an offensive lineman. But man, I would love Garrett Bowles in a Browns uniform. Now as for this week, once again, they're pushing the Browns only once. And this week, Dalvin Cook. I've noticed they've had us in the running for a running back, no pun intended, pretty much since the series started. Yeah. I think there's only been, 2 weeks where we hadn't been connected to a running back. Right? Of course, what was it, week 2? We were connected to Danielle Hunter. And then last week, we were connected to Garrett Bowles. So now it's Dalvin Cook. I think we've been connected to Cam Akers, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. I'm sure there's been others too. But yeah, it's pretty clear. Bleacher Report really thinks the Browns are going to most likely try to trade for a running back because they've seen our running game the last couple weeks. Although I'll be honest with you, this past game against the Niners, our running game actually showed up. They looked really good. But yeah, since Nick Chubb went down, our running game has been slacking. I think, looking at it like this, big picture, I think the Browns are going to look to address 3 positions before the deadline. Maybe offensive line, running back, and potentially another pass rusher. Because you can never have too many of those, right? But I think they could go for some other positions too. Maybe receiver, possibly offensive line for depth. But yeah, I think offensive line, mainly offensive tackle. Yeah. I think they definitely go for an offensive tackle, and then they probably maybe go for a running back because it just hasn't really been hitting like that since Chubb got hurt, which sucks. But man, I would love Dalvin Cook. Oh yeah. Not to mention, Dalvin Cook knows Kevin Stefanski's system from when he was in Minnesota. So there's that connection there. Not to mention, again, we did make a move with the Jets earlier this offseason with Elijah Moore. Maybe we reconnect and we call them up about Dalvin Cook. Hmm? That would be nice, right? But yeah, we'll see what develops over the next 2 or so weeks. And also, I'm sure you guys are going to talk about it in the comments. But the Browns sound like they could possibly trade Donovan Peoples-Jones, which I would not be shocked because, let's be honest, he hasn't been getting that many looks as of late. I've noticed our quarterbacks have mainly went towards Amari and they've went towards David. They've went essentially towards everybody but DPJ. DPJ has not been getting the looks as of late. So I could see him getting dealt. This is the final year of his contract. And it just doesn't seem like they're looking to bring him back, right? Because usually by now, you would have heard about them at least talking about an extension. We have heard none of that. So who knows what's going to happen on that end. But with that being said, guys, this is going to be a nice short video for y'all. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I know you guys are wondering what's up with the computer thing. Nothing right now. Haven't heard anything. Getting it looked at, and hopefully, we can get it fixed, and I can get back on that thing and start really pumping out the good content for you guys. But I'm gonna try my best on this little old laptop. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. All right. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns, and I'm out. And beat the damn Colts too. Let's go 4-2 this Sunday. All right. Let's get it. All right. I'm out. Bye bye.